Welcome back to Satisfactory. Flying in, I just brought in a... Oh, well, try not to miss too much here. Try to land with a little bit of grace if we can. All right. So yeah, I'm bringing in a bunch of plastic for the purposes of making some containers. Thinking about this this area, and mostly we won't need to make containers on site. But if we do allow for the purpose of taking packaged fuel for the jetpack, we are going to want to have a few containers made on site as part of the natural flow of things. So we're gonna, allow for said things to happen. So looking at it from here, we have the oil getting pumped, pressurized oil being pumped, being turned into rubber and heavy oil residue. Then we're pumping water out of this crater, I suppose, and it's being stored here. And now we've got the heavy oil residue and the water right there ready to be processed. I'm thinking while we do this, it's like a super temporary thing. Let's put down some... Oh, I don't have anything in my inventory. Hold on. Let's grab all that stuff that we normally would have and get back to it here. So I'm thinking we just put down a... What's this? It's like a pack of spitters just walking through like it's no big deal. I'm not used to seeing mobs walk around like that. Interesting. Okay, so we're building a couple of constructors here. And in those constructors, we want to make empty canisters. 2 plastic for 4 canisters. Good to know. Okay, now this guy's in the way. We'll figure out the details after the fact. And I'm gonna run some power. There we go. That'll be just enough containers to really get us started. Oh, we need a little bit of plastic here to actually build the stuff that we're trying to build. So let's grab that back. And then are we really short on pipes? Let's sigh. I'm gonna head back over and grab some steel beams and some steel pipes. Oh, we've got a decent amount right here. I'm always just a little short on steel pipes. There we go. Okay, so while we're making those containers, and this might not have been the best place for this, but this is where I put it, so we're gonna deal with it. We need room for 12 refineries and 12 packagers. And then somewhere in that mix, we also want to have... We also want to have a little bit of room for some storage. So I'm thinking we should build the storage first. Sometimes you're in the middle of making a video and it feels like you're gonna sneeze. And you think, man, I really don't want to sneeze because it would be inconvenient. And then you don't sneeze. And then you think, man, I really wish I could have sneezed. It would have been kind of nice. So yeah, that happened. I don't know if we need to go quite that to the ground level. Let's go here. We need to get ourselves some power. We'll make this our ground level for the purposes of building this particular building. I don't think we can squeeze 12 in here, though. So we're going to have to go out and around. I think this is where we start it. And the clear and unambiguous outputs here are going to be rubber, plastic, packaged fuel. I don't see any need for anything else. Rubber, plastic, packaged fuel. So we could do 2 of each. All right, so we're having kind of our storage galore here. Maybe we'll have a little under walkway for that section. I mean, we don't have an option to keep this, so we're going to keep it, obviously, but I want to make sure that we can build this without clipping that, which we can. So we could probably build it up and then angle the roof, then go straight up like that. So here's where we're going to store 2 plastic, 2 rubber, 2 packaged fuel. Lots of opportunities to have easy access. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's where we have to end our support. So that's 2 foundations. We're talking 12. let's say, well, that's 12. Each one requires, I mean, the refineries require kind of like one foundation plus. It's a weird amount. Maybe one foundation and a tenth of a foundation. This way would be the most convenient. Yeah, I think that's good. Good placement. Well, you know what? I'm going to move it off one more just to give myself a little bit of room. And if we have to extend this, then so be it. Coral Foundations gave us 9 refineries. So for each of these, we want to make diluted package fuel. I feel like I can't push all 3 of these buttons at the same time. Yeah, it's not worth it. Okay, and then for each one of these, we need packaged water. Which means we need to connect the heavy residual fuel, excuse me, and the water. So I could make this kind of a 1-for-1. We would need to connect both let's see here. So this is, by the time we get to this point, this is going to be outputting as a belt item, though it's going to receive both water and it actually would have been more convenient to have the heavy oil residue on the top, but we can work this out. We need a splitter right here. Okay, I've got the whole plan done. We'll move you off just a little bit. We can cheat a little bit and just use a little bit of clipping to get this built. Exactly like that. So then somewhere else, we're going to have to use our mind's eye a little bit here. So we're going to have storage capability for all of these. But we need to also insert. It looks like this tree is going to have to go. So if we insert empty containers here, so at the end of this particular piece of the build, we'll have packaged fuel. We'll double the amount of heavy oil residue by adding the water, diluting it down to 60 packaged fuel. And then we'll take that packaged fuel, theoretically. We're going to have to unpackage it somewhere else. And then we're going to recycle everything. And then we're going to send back the empties to here. I could keep everything kind of on this same line. I don't know. It's kind of a really cool shot, that shadow. Let's see. And then what I want to do is have maybe a conveyor wall nearby that picks this up. Then somewhere in a place yet to be determined, we'll send the empties in through here. All right. All of the empty containers are now connected. Let's set these guys up to the recipe that we want, which is the... Not that one, is it? Nope, we want water. If I did this with the blender recipe, it would actually be fewer steps, but I think it's more power, or... I don't know, I haven't looked it up. Having to pack and unpack the water is definitely an inconvenience. I might have to move all this. I'm going to have to move all this. I think I'm going to remove the refineries and move them back a step. Why, you may ask? It's because of this. Yeah, I think I need to move these back a step. Give myself at least one more foundation. If not two. put ourselves in nudge mode, take a look at what we're actually doing here. So here I need to merge, but I also theoretically want to split, which makes this a little less convenient. In some way after getting this all merged, we'll split on this same belt. All right, so now all the water gets packed. And then theoretically, anyway, we put a splitter on here. Let's put it on for 3. How much? Needs 180 water per minute. And this is making 60. Wait. Oh, I said 180 because it's 3 machines. Okay, okay. Scared me there for a minute. What does the end of this look like? You know what I could do? Is I could just run this as a loop. So we'll put a splitter on this side. Now, why did that totally miss? Very nice. I am realizing that I totally forgot to set the recipes on this. But now I'm kind of in the rhythm of building, so I'll have to suffer the consequences of forgetting that here in a minute. All right. Now, obviously, this belt isn't going to handle this because we're doing 60 water per minute, and there's 12 of these. That's 720. Oh, actually, one level 5 belt could handle all that. Surely it's not that easy. Okay. Done. If we have to come back and we decide to overclock, then we'll deal with it. But for now, that's working. We'll have to see if that is the right connection. Okay, so now we have this problem, which is we want this water to drop off sooner than this. We want this to go all the way over here, but we only want this to drop off over here. So one way we could do that is... I don't know if I have an answer to that right now. If I had a full wall here, which I think I do, or full foundation. Oh, we ran out of plastic. Let's see. Maybe we haven't turned it all into containers. What? Why is somebody shooting at me? Oh, hi. Is it that little parade of spitters that we saw earlier? And technically I could be on. Nope, I couldn't be because I haven't hooked power up yet. Let's stick with this for now. All right, so if we peel the water off of these two, I bet if we connected it like this, we could get a good chunk of water in here. We got 12 of these. We're dealing with 720, right? 60 times 12, 720 water. That's way under 2 pipes worth. We'll build a fake catwalk here to give these pipes a place to rest. Then we'll run this pipe all the way down. That's actually bad placement for that one. I like how water sounds different in the pipe than oil or heavy or residue. It's a nice touch. We have a problem with this very first one. And actually, the first two are a little bit in a weird spot, but we can figure that out. I have to say that's quite beautiful. I'm loving the way that looks. We're out of copper sheets. It's always something. There's a few copper sheets in here. Maybe not enough, but enough to give it a shot. I don't think we're going to make eye contact. I think I'll just squeeze this one in right here. And then we'll just do a little branch. Hook you up right there. Cool. I think we're all set up there. Now we need power. I'm probably clipping through these machines to connect the power. I should have checked that first. We'll just have to suffer with that little bit of clipping. Wait a minute. Why is this one not connected? Somewhere in here I must have missed a connection. Yet it doesn't look like I did. What? Oh, I've never even started. Oh, that's right. None of this is connected yet. I connected you to there, but I haven't connected you to anywhere else. So let's put a little bit more fully supported action here. There we go. Water is starting to flow. And what I think I'll do is just sort of presume a little storage area right here. So at some point, when we take the packaged fuel and unpack it, it will end up back here. I'm not exactly sure when or how or where, but that's kind of our point of demarcation. But I'm also thinking, like, do I need to make one of these while I'm here? I was wondering why I was short on cable. What I'm thinking is that I could probably say with some certainty that plastic is going to make its way down this way, right? So if we just sort of peeled off a little bit of that plastic, why'd I put 2 there? Something like that. We might end up changing the location of this entry point, but in this way we'll have a small amount of canisters that are always being made, right? So when we come by and we pick up a bunch of packaged fuel, we don't have to worry that we're stealing canisters from this packing and unpacking insanity. All right. So now I've already seen the mistake that I've made, and I'm going to have to undo all of that to fix it. Let's sigh. Let's sigh, let's sigh, let's sigh. Well, no, I think the clipping is gonna happen no matter what. Maybe not. Let's try it before we do anything rash. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It was gonna clip right through the belt. Unless I go this side to this side. Oh, never mind. That works perfectly. Oh man, we're running out of stuff left and right here. This might be a trip to go for the iron rods. Yeah, I don't think I have to. Oh, no, we got a couple hundred right here. Matter of fact, you know what? What else should we grab? Make sure we have a few of... We're actually going to run out of copper sheets again. We might have a few copper sheets over here by this part of the build. $960. Okay. Did I forget to grab copper sheets? Uh-oh. Ow. Well, there's plenty of copper sheets in here. I think I had one of those moments where you just go do a thing and then you grab a thing thinking you did it, but you didn't actually all the way do it. Either way, we got the copper sheets now for sure. And then at this point, we'll cap it off. So everybody gets access to the maximum amount of fuel. And now we just need to Which way did I decide? Top to bottom? Yes. Look at that goodness. I think we need another row here so we can capture. Wait a minute. I don't think I need pipes on this side, do I? I'm making packaged fuel. Yeah. So on this side, we need to worry about power. I'm just aiming for the grids intersect. Maybe we still have just a little bit of power overhead, so we're looking good there. So this should be packaged fuel. So the package from the packaged water gets used for the packaged fuel. Is that only stacked to 20? No, we're not getting any packaged water. Why are you not getting packaged water? Oh, this is going to be a vicious... This is a vicious... manifold configuration. Technically, this is not sufficient belt speed. Okay, so all the first ones are getting all the stuff, but none of the last ones are getting all the stuff. And then these first machines aren't even able to participate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we did 12. I could cut it in half and then do a merger back on this side. 3, 6. Am I making too much water? 60 per minute. And each one of these wants 60 per minute, so you need 12 and 12. We'll let that go for a bit. You know, the other option here... I don't know that I have the... Well, no, I've got 150. I think I'm just going to upgrade this belt. Oh boy. We've got too much stuff on our hands. Let's go over here and drop some stuff off. Only player crate that we have in the world, so we're gonna make sure to get rid of that. Okay. Now let's go for Mark V belts. Yeah, Mark 5 belt's perfect for that. Now it's just a matter of grabbing... I mean, technically, we've got access to the packaged fuel right here. We could start that process. $60 fuel per minute. I think I'm gonna have to... Let's see if we have access to screws over here. Sometimes I go out of my way to make sure I have screws, and other times I just get so annoyed by them that I make sure I never have them. This time I apparently was in a good mood regarding the screws. Just gonna make myself a little awesome shop here. Go shopping for some sheets. And a couple stacks of sheets won't hurt. That way we can make this the full speed. Now we need to merge all this packaged fuel down this line. Then we'll use high speed marked by belts to connect all this while dodging a pretty effective barrage of spitter attacks. Oh, there's 4 of them, that's why. Wow, okay. Feeling the love, guys. Feeling the love. And then we'll merge in these last 2 little pieces. I guess we'll split this one. And if nothing else, we at least have the storage component of our packaged fuel completed. I've never used this sign before. Let's see if I like it better than the other one. Everything doesn't have to be glossy. Most likely, we're gonna peel. So you only have that much fuel, right? And it can't be more than 1. So we'll probably just peel this off directly. So that's looking pretty good. We're dropping packaged fuel into our system, ready to go. We could theoretically pull the rubber in at this point from over here, but I think we're going to leave that for our next step, which is we want to make sure that we have. So I'm hesitating because I'm not sure that this is the perfect place to get this fuel out of here, but that's okay because we can adjust it, right? If it needs to be over here, we can just adjust it and then shoot it out here. Right, my current thought is that it would get unpacked somewhere in this area, and then we build a recycling center right here. Thanks, by the way, for just pushing me off into... Ooh, and I actually don't have my jetpack on me. Let's make sure we keep that. So we'll have the package fuel come out of here, get unpacked here, then sent into the recycling center, which I'm hoping is going to be in this area. And then out of the recycling center, we'll send... Well, maybe we'll just do plastic. I have to think about that. I haven't really fully processed this idea yet. I mean, we're getting the reason why I'm going back and forth on it is because we are in fact making rubber, but however much rubber we're currently making probably isn't enough. So we should probably recycle some of that too. So that means plastic and rubber. It's like 24 refineries at max, but I don't think we're gonna have room for that, so we'll probably end up making what, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12's not a bad amount. But I think it's fair to say that that is most definitely I'm surprised by the amount of these empty containers that we actually need to fill this whole system up. My original observation is correct though, right? Because we are burning a lot of them down here. So that's why when we go to build this whole thing, we're going to have this little guy right here. He's going to make us some extra containers, just to make sure that we have all the containers we could possibly need or want. And then over here, this one is going to go. We'll drop this. We don't need this one. We'll use that one for sort of temporary getting all this stuff connected. This is kind of our starter containers. Well, actually, I want to keep some plastic on me, so that's good. All right, so there you go. So that was a diluted fuel section. Of course, once we have everything built and confirmed working, we'll come back and stylize all this. But for right now, I think we're gonna say thanks for hanging out. How are we not getting enough water down here? What's going on? You've got containers. I guess it's just the fact that these first ones have to fill so far up. But the last ones are just... Ooh. Empty canister here. What? What's going on? 60 canisters. That's what's going on. We've got to upgrade this belt. I created a player container that we're going to take care of right now. There it is. Okay, what do we have? What do we have? Okay, so with all of these canisters now coming in, everything should figure itself out relatively quickly. But let's help out the guys at the end here. Give you a jump start. I like that whatever fluid you're packing actually shows up here. Such good detail. Okay, so we're taking those containers, combining it with water, making packed water. Then that water is being used to dilute down this heavy oil residue to make the fuel. And then that same container is then being used to have packaged fuel. Then once we have that completed, which we have it completed right now, this is we're gonna store up a bunch of packaged fuel so we can have that for walking around purposes. And then we'll have the ability to split it out. I'm thinking probably gonna be further out here as opposed to where I put it. Then we'll shoot it over to this side. We'll unpack the packed fuel. We'll send the empties back to this location. Then we'll send the packed fuel into our recycling center. It'll turn plastic into rubber, rubber into plastic. And then that will get sent out over here. And then we'll have some storage for the plastic and rubber. But I'm wondering if that's going to be enough plastic and rubber for the whole game. Our plastic and rubber connection is probably going to have to be widened. I'll have to take a little bit of a look. Obviously, I'm not going to plan the whole thing, but I'll see, because you do need plastic and rubber for building things. So that's true, but that's not the only point, right? So we need to figure out if we want to store a good chunk of plastic and rubber. And if so, how much? And if so, where? I mean, we do have a insane storage facility. I should probably just connect it back to that. So we'll go in. We'll go in with the packaged fuel. We'll come back out with the empties. And then we'll send in the recycling. And then we'll send the recycling out on that same level. And then we'll peel the rubber and plastic off. Go that way with it. And then send it to storage. And then if we decide that we have too much, then we can store some of the rubber from here as well. Okay, yep, that's the plan. We'll just use our centralized storage for that purpose. Maybe we'll give ourselves room for like 2 or 3 belts. I'll take a peek and see how much rubber we're actually going to need. All right, well, that was cool. Thanks for hanging out. We're really done this time. We'll see you next time.